The JPDL is back for week number 6, and I'm going to keep these guys quick. All right, this is the week 6 predictions, and, let's just see what happens. Starting off with the Thursday night football game, and guys, I want to say, the commissioner has told me to say this. We are out-branding, we're outsourcing, whatever you want to call it. This will be on Peacock. We have the number 9 rated New York 67ers taking on the number 7 ranked Los Angeles Flames, all right? And the keys to the game are pretty simple. Los Angeles, they need to be able to handle the missing players. Devontae Adams, Tyreek Hill, Devon Achane, all on bye or out. I mean, this is going to be a game where people are going to have to play like Calvin Ridley on his bench, a deep team, hopefully. Even if Brian Robinson, it looks like he might not even play. So this is going to be a tough game for Los Angeles, given all the, lack of available players. And as for New York, 0-5, they need to pick a direction. I mean, I feel like they have, but do they want to play for the future or do they want to play for right now? If they want to play for pride, they want to get this win, now's the time to do it. Los Angeles looking a little bit vulnerable. As for if they want to get the pick, well, we already know what's going to happen there, lose. But we want winning football in New York. Maybe not this week personally for me because I'm the, owner of the Los Angeles Flames. But we'll see what happens, all right? Going into the 1 o'clock Crunchyroll exclusive game. Yeah, that's right, Crunchyroll. We have number 6 Philly taking on number 10 Dallas. Not much to say here in terms of both teams. For Philly, they need to bolster their record. They're coming from a position that not many teams make the playoffs out of, and they have to make the most of it. Good thing is they got the win against the number 2 ranked at the time, Las Vegas, now number 3. And now they're taking on the number 10 Dallas Laxpros, who have yet to get a win. This is a crucial game for Philadelphia not to lose. I think it's going to be pretty simple for them. I do have Philly winning, and also the last game, I have Los Angeles. But for Dallas, now's the time where you got to look at your team, and you have to consider who you want to trade right now. All right, the trade deadline is approaching. There's going to be players who want pieces. There's going to be people who want pieces. Coach Fitzgerald, Coach Diaz, Coach Daigle, any one of them are going to want pieces to make, a play moving forward. I don't know why I say Coach Diaz. We all know he's not trying to make a play moving forward. But now's the time to sell. You have someone like Tua who's coming back, good sell. Brock Purdy, good sell. You have a lot of the veteran players that you could potentially sell if you want to make it happen for draft capital for the future. And that's something that Coach Gilchrist needs to look at for the future. Going into the 4 o'clock Sirius XM. I don't know how, but we have the number 4 Washington taking on the number 8 Boston Baller brand. For number 4 Washington, I mean, it's pretty simple. They've dealt with injuries all year, and they're battling the best offensive teams each year. We can put money on it that Boston is going to have a prolific offense just for the simple fact that they are playing Washington this week. But Nico Collins being out now, Isaiah Pacheco gone, Rashee Rice likely done for the year. I mean, these are key injuries. Puka Nacua not playing. I mean, these are things that we had said early in the predictions about whether or not we can trust some of these year 2 level type players that Washington had of their team. Now, do I think they can get over it? I do, but at 2-3, this is a conference game. This is going to be huge for the record, especially with Las Vegas not looking the greatest this week, but we'll get to that game. You have a chance to get a win and really get closer to that bye week, which is crucial. This is a game that I think Washington cannot afford to lose here, okay? This is going to really hinder them. And as for Boston, they got to be able to keep up with the quarterback play. I mean, you're going up against Jordan Love and C.J. Stroud. Can Goff and Kirk Cousins put up a great performance? Kirk had an amazing performance. Can he capitalize off that momentum and do something 20 range, 24 range, something like that? Goff can get you 20, 24 if he wants to on any given day. So you want to see Boston and their quarterbacks perform, and you already know what Boston's run game is going to do. As for Sunday Night Football, this is going to be a Fox and CBS simulcast of the number 1 Atlanta Juicers taking on the number 2 Toronto Mystics. This is the first game. Actually, no, it's not. There was a game of 1 versus 2 before where the two lost. And I do think this is going to be the same type of thing. I think Atlanta is going to beat Toronto, even though I give Toronto massive credit for how they play and the style of football that they've been playing this year. It's been no short of brilliant. No one had them being up here as high as they are, but here they are. Toronto, they decide that they're not going to run the jumbo package. It's looking like. It's predicted that he will actually be playing Jameson Williams in one of the roles that a tight end would normally play, or Tank Dell, or whatever their wide receiver, DJ Moore. And so they're going to go away from the jumbo package. I believe Kyle Pitts might not start this week. And it's an interesting tactic. I would play the jumbo package off the simple fact that it's unschemable. It's never been seen before in the JPDL. Atlanta, when you're playing up against the number 1 team, you got to use every single trick in the book. And maybe the jumbo package is one of those things. But granted, mini jumbo package, just getting it done in these weeks. I mean, I think they're 2-1 playing 3 tight ends, so that's not a bad look for Toronto, and they want to keep this momentum going and playing up against Atlanta. And as for Atlanta, the team is fully back. I mean, I'm talking about there's no buys, no injuries. Actually, there's a potential Anthony Richardson injury, but it looks like he could come back. But with that being said, the firepower that Atlanta has on that team when fully healthy is extraordinary. Is this a game where we're going to see 170 points like we did predict we would see a couple of times at the beginning of the year? Like, I think CD, Amon-Ra, Jamar Chase, and Joe Burrow playing fantastic football. Anthony Richardson, if he can, get going, obviously you have 3-time game changer of the match, Saquon Barkley with Bijan Robinson. I mean, there's firepower on this team. True firepower. Even Diggs, who doesn't have Collins anymore because Collins went on IR. I mean, there's crucial pieces for attack. I think this is going to be an offensive explosion, probably the highest line of the week for the JPDL. And lastly, for the FUBU Monday Night Football game, we have the number 5 Vice City Business taking on the number 3 Las Vegas Hurlers. And this is an interesting match for one reason and one reason only. Vice City need to take advantage of the fact that Coach Mills does not have a quarterback. Not a quarterback this week. Chiefs and Vikings are on bye. That's Sam Darnold and Patrick Mahomes off his roster for the week. And then you have Russell Wilson, who he was supposed to be the backup, but then it turns out Justin Fields took his job. So now Coach Mills is in a predicament where he has no quarterback. I don't think we've ever seen a game in which a player has had no quarterback at the quarterback position or the super flex position at the same time. So it's going to be really interesting for Las Vegas. They're going to need prayer. They're going to need prayer. Either that, or they're going to need to try to cook up some trade for some backup quarterback on one of these other players' teams. Somebody like a Baker Mayfield. Somebody like a Matthew Stafford's on bye week. So, someone like a Baker Mayfield on Los Angeles Flames. I'm trying to think of other ones on the top of my head. New York, you can ask about Danny Dimes if you want to. Toronto has a slew of quarterbacks, including Drake May, who is starting their first game. Or Deshaun Watson, if you want to go that route, even though he looked like he shouldn't even be on the football field. Las Vegas needs to make a move if they want any chance of winning this week because the bye week is crucial. Last game, when he lost, he had a chance to go up 3 games in the bye week. Now he's only up 2. With a game like this without a quarterback, he could easily be 1 game in the bye week when he could have been 4. So it's insane for Las Vegas. They really have, lost their spot as a true number 1 in that conference now. So it's going to be difficult. But those are the games. I have Vice City taking that, especially with Las Vegas not having a quarterback. I have Atlanta taking against Toronto. Actually, you know what? Let's just do this. Let's go into the full-on recaps. Let's give the recap of our picks. First, we have the Peacock Thursday Night Football game. I'm going with the Los Angeles Flames beating the New York 67ers. At 1 o'clock, this is a Crunchyroll exclusive. I will be taking Philly, number 6 rated, beating Dallas, number 10 rated. For the 4 o'clock Sirius XM game, number 4 Washington taking on number 8 Boston Baller Brand. These are both 2 teams that are in the same conference that need the win, both at 2 and 3. I think the injuries are going to hurt Washington, so I do have Boston taking that. I think Derrick Henry is going to go absolutely phenomenal in this game, and that's where he wants to really play this hard out. So I got number 8 Boston Baller Brand with the upset over the number 4 Washington team. So, and then Sunday Night Football, we have the Fox and CBS simulcast of number 1 Atlanta, number 2 Toronto. We're going to go with the number 1 Atlanta Juicers. I think Coach Big B is in his prime form. No stopping him right now, and I think his streak continues. And lastly, for the FUBU Monday Night Football game between the number 3 Las Vegas and number 5 Vice City, we're going to go at Vice City off the simple fact that I can't trust a team that doesn't even have a quarterback going into the week. I can't trust it. Vice City, no matter how bad some of his players might perform, he still has points on the board, like a 20-point quarterback who can play Kyler Murray, Trevor Lawrence versus who? I don't even know. So that'll do it. Even go after Spencer Rattler. Spencer Rattler's getting his first start this week. Las Vegas could probably get him for the cheap. All they have to do is hit up Los Angeles. Hit him online. I'm just going to say. But anyway, yeah, with that being said, those are my recaps for the games, predictions. I can't wait to see what happens. And, it's going to be a crazy week. So stay tuned in for the recap afterwards. I'll see y'all later. Peace out.